Right, so this is a Somniel, eh? I guess it's probably what this game's basically Garrick Monastery analog. Okay, interesting. Now I'll be upfront with y'all. So this is a new session. You may consider me a bit of a sucker, but I did buy the DLC, so we've got that now. Or I guess we'll interact with it at some point. I'm not sure when exactly, but that's a thing now. And additionally, it's been like a week since I last played, and in that time I played, it must have been something like 30 hours of Fire Emblem Three Houses, so hopefully I still remember how this game works. But no guarantees. But for now, let's talk to Marth. How you doing, Marth?
Yes.
The pain of losing Lumer runs deep, yet the familiarity of the Somniel is comforting. Well, bond with Marth.
It is good that we can talk after I spent so long silently watching over you.
I suppose, yeah.
I know what you mean. I'm really glad to have you at my side supporting me in person.
Bond effects. Skill inheritance. A unit can inherit this emblem's skills. Okay, so I guess we bonded. That's good. Hello? I barely recognize you, and that's just normal clothes. Weird. Bushron. So the Somniel has ponds and orchards, huh? I should check them out, if I don't get lost first. I cannot gift you anything, unfortunately. We got a new page on Bushron. Okay. Interesting. Sigurd! That's your name, right? Hi, how you doing?
You know...
Queen Lumera said emblems can roam here more freely due to the Divine Dragon's power. Now, I was under the impression I'm the last Divine Dragon, so am I seriously wasting my power on these fools, stretching their legs? Man, we need to get our priorities straight. There's the end of the world is going to be happening, and we're having luxuries like that. Okay, this looks like a nice, fancy place. The Cafe Terrace is now open. Cafe Terrace is a relaxing communal space with access points to other facilities. Use the music box to change the background music on the Somniel. The bulletin board is full of useful information. You can use it to invest in Ilios or check on your achievements. Okay. Hello. Oh, Fram! That's a nice little outfit you got there.
You see,
Queen Lumera loved to stand at the edge of the Somniel and look down on all the pretty clouds. Oh, okay. I guess that's, you gotta have your hobbies.
If I may.
Those clothes suit you well, Divine One. I, too, find it easier to relax in everyday attire. Vander, you and I have very different definitions of everyday. That's for sure. This guy's dressed to the 9s. No, you know what? No, he's dressed to the 10s, I've decided. Yeah. Music box. We don't have any songs for the music box. What's over here? The arena. It's locked. Great. I suppose this door is probably locked too, isn't it? This is locked as well. Okay. Just remembered what the sprint button was. Okay. Oh, hello. What are you doing up here, Alfred?
Right.
Can't deny it's daunting to come up here, no matter how often I do it. But I'm glad you're with me. Okay. Oh, my room! I can go to my room. Maybe get in another 1,000 years of sleep. You need your beauty rest as a divine dragon, of course. My room. This is your room. The sacred place where Alear slept for 1,000 years. Select rest to take a nap and advance time on the Somniel. You may hear some interesting things while resting. Wear headphones for the best sound. Select Reminisce to view past support conversations and scenes again. You can lower the game's difficulty by selecting difficulty settings. You cannot raise the difficulty this way, however. Okay. I guess I don't put, Stolen Valor. I finished the game on Madden difficulty. And by that I mean I played through the whole thing on easy mode until the very last chapter. Okay, what have we here? The memento drawer. Looks like something important belongs here. Don't know what, though. Okay, I can examine the bed. So I can rest in the bed. I'm not I'm not sure at what time to pass is the thing. I know like in Three Houses, time was like a valuable resource. I'm not sure if in this case though, that just means like, oh, it's gonna be nighttime instead of day or whatever. We won't do that for now, at least. Let's keep exploring. See if there's anyone else to meet. Any cool stuff going on. Okay. Oh, hello. Etty?
Oh,
Are you Etier? I forget. Am I underdressed for the Somniel? I feel like I don't belong here, but I'll help however I can. And honestly, based on everyone else, you do seem a bit underdressed, if I'm being frank with you. So, yeah. Ooh, what have we? That's the arena. It's still locked, as it turns out. Let's try... I'm curious what... So, we've got an animal area over here, presumably, based on what the minimap is showing me. Ooh. Oh, we found a pretty pebble! I guess we can give that to people, probably. And the stable, which is locked, of course. Curious they'd use, like, a paw print as, like, the symbol on the map for a stable, because, like... Correct me if I'm wrong, but stables are generally used for housing, like, you know, horses, which have, like, hooves, not paws, but whatever. Minor details, I suppose. Oh, this is a quaint little garden area. I've obtained horse manure. Hooray. These are the things we're looking out for, y'all. Man, I'm gonna get lost in these gardens. Oh, what have we here? An apple! Who would have thought? Oh, hello. How are you, clan?
yes.
You seem a bit underdressed, honestly. The Somniel might seem quiet, but I'm sure it's going to get pretty lively. Plus, we're here. Support? I just clicked it because I could.
Divine One, what are you doing?
Just be in here.
Oh, hello, clan. I was just tidying up a bit. Tomorrow's a busy day, so I thought I'd get it out of the way now.
I'm still not quite over how weird it is. Because basically, the Three Houses is the Fire Emblem game I've played by far the most. It's weird to be having the protagonist actually talk in support conversations. But I like it.
Let me take care of that. You should get some rest.
Trust me, I've had enough already.
That's all right. I can handle it.
No, that won't do. I'm gonna have to insist.
But...
Please. You know, I waited a long time for you to wake up. And not just me. The stewards before me spent their whole lives waiting.
And I never saw it. Talk about delayed gratification, that's just no gratification at that point.
Now, after 1,000 years, I get to serve you. It's like a miracle. So, please, let me do it. Honestly, truly, I would be honored to help.
Very well. You've convinced me. I'll leave it to you.
Thank you, Divine One.
I should be thanking you for taking such great care of me. I'm very lucky to have you as a steward.
You mean it? Oh, man, I'm so happy I could faint!
Please don't.
Please don't. Now that I'm free from tidying up, I'm going to get some rest.
Alright. Good to know. So these people, they aren't just good soldiers, they're also good janitors. We'll have to keep that in mind in the future. Custodians. Cleaning crews. Nuts obtained. Awesome. It's always good to obtain some nuts. More notes obtained. Amazing. Incredible. Looks like there's more stuff over this way that I missed. Not here, though. Oh, there it is. Hiding over by the crates. Hello, what have we here? An orange. I didn't even know we grew oranges, but you know what? I'm not going to complain. Oranges are pretty darn good. Let's see, anything else? I don't really see much of notes going on elsewhere in the Somniel right now. Presuming this is the whole map, which it seems to be. I don't see anyone else around to talk to, which I think makes sense because I think we've talked to everyone we know. So, now that we've done that, I do want to... Let's go back up to my room. I would like to try out the whole resting thing just to kind of see what it is.
Hey there, Divine One.
Like, if it advances the plot forward, or if it just, like, changes the time of day, or what happens with that. Okay. Let's rest. Sounds like someone's coming in.
And who's on wake-up duty today?
Is that a clan?
It's Clan, the
Oh.
33rd Steward of the Dragon. Is there a correct way for a steward to wake the Divine Dragon? I suppose I could just call out normally. I'll ask Vander how to do it. Wait, no. That'll make him mad.
Oh.
Ah, I'm sorry. This isn't a good way to wake you up. But here's your morning greeting. Good morning, Divine One.
Okay. Hi. Thanks, I guess. Oh, wake up to an ally for the first time. Awesome. Alright, so we now know that that is the obligatory, somewhat out of place, weird dating sim-like elements for this Fire Emblem game. Good to know. Good to know. Not sure what that did mechanically for us, but nice to get woken up. So is the lighting is different now that it's dusk or what have you? Not opposed to the aesthetic changes, however, I'm not really much of a man of aesthetics myself, so let's get moving to the next chapter. I think we're going to go obtain some rings.
Here we are, the Kingdom of Firene.
Okay.
What a beautiful place.
Looks like Holland. Perhaps the Netherlands.
Isn't it? And no sign of the corrupted, so that's good.
Please don't mention that. You're tempting fate.
That was quite a trip. Crossing the sea all the way from Lethos. I hope you're not worn out.
I'm fine.
Good, good. Listen, I'm sorry for twisting your arm to come with me.
Alfred, it's all right. I wanted to come. How about before we arrive at the castle, you tell me more about this kingdom of yours?
Happy to. Let's see. Firene is one of the 4 nations of Elios in the southwest. It's ruled by my mother, Queen Ev. We're known as, Land of Plenty.
Okay, breadbasket of the continent. Yeah. I am seeing now, it is actually technically a continent. Like, it's contiguous. Like, man, that's a very weird shaped continent. It's just like a big continuous ring with like an inland sea and like an island in the middle. Huh.
Our people value peace above all else. We haven't seen war for centuries.
You must come from a long line of capable leaders.
That's kind of you to say. Peace doesn't always come easy. Mother had to hammer out a non-aggression pact with our neighbors. The pact says there won't be war between us, Solm, and Brodia.
Okay.
Right. Solm the Queendom of Freedom and Brodia the Kingdom of Might.
You've got it. Solm is an open-minded country. They've always had good relations with Firene. But an alliance with Brodia took some doing. Their king's an ambitious man. He's always launching attacks on Elusia to expand his own territory.
I guess makes sense. And if you're making an alliance with like the other two powers, then I guess that leaves one obvious target.
I take it Elusia isn't in the Alliance.
No. Honestly, they're so far away, we don't interact with them too much. We know it's snowy there, with long winters, and that some Elusians worship the Fell Dragon.
The Fell Dragon?
It's troubling, I know. But people can believe what they believe. Sorry, I didn't bring it up to turn you against Elusia.
Sure you didn't. You're a crafty politician, Alfred. You'll have a successful career ahead of you, I'm sure.
It's not them I hate. It's the Fell Dragon. Him and the one who killed my mother.
Can you tell me more about the emblem ring that was entrusted to Firene?
Oh, sure. It's the Ring of the Caring Princess. Doesn't look like anything special.
Well, that just sounds like a delightful ring. Well, let's get it.
Until I met you and Marth, I thought the emblems were legends. I can't wait to tell my sister they exist. She'll really be knocked for a loop.
You have a sister.
Yeah, the Princess of Firene, Saline. She's at the castle with Mother right now.
Princess Saline. I look forward to meeting her.
Just call her Saline. I'm sure you two will get along great. Here's Flora Milltown. Castle's close now. We'll just cut through here and... Something's off.
What's combat?
What is it?
I think there might be trouble ahead.
Alright, bring it on. I'm feeling confident, I'm feeling ready. Vulners and staves have limited uses in this game, apparently. See, that's interesting, because, like...
Oh no.
Anyways. Oh, what have we here?
The corrupted. They're everywhere.
I can't stand to see them overrunning this peaceful town. I have to drive them away. Divine One, will you help me?
Sure.
Of course.
Danger looms from every side. I fear we will never make it to my brother.
That is quite the dress.
Princess Saline, I beg you to make your retreat. We'll handle this.
More of the fiends might be on the way. Hurry!
Louis, Chloe, you can't possibly expect me to.
It is our sworn duty to protect the princess. We will hold the line for you as long as we must.
You have to leave. If you should fall here, who warns Prince Alfred of the invasion to come?
I concede the point, but I'll return for you both. Please hold out until then.
Apologies, Chloe. It pains me greatly to separate you from Princess Saline for even a relatively brief amount of time.
Might I say, I'm a bit disappointed I didn't get to see you run off with Her Highness yourself. A knight should never leave his princess's side.
The sooner we win, the sooner that will come to pass. What say you,
Well,
Chloe?
yeah.
Shall we?
I feel like someone should have gone with her. Like, what if she gets attacked while she's, like, running away? Preparing for battle. Before you begin a battle, you can manage your items, emblem rings, and the team of allies who will join you. Once your preparations are complete, select Fight to begin the battle. Okay, geez, that's a lot of things on the menu. Okay, we can fight. Unit selection. I mean, obviously... Okay, use unit selection to choose which allies will join you in combat. Press A to toggle between them fighting or not. Allies highlighted cannot be excluded. Okay. Each map has a set number of allies who can join the fray. I assume we're probably still early enough in the game that, yeah, it's just everyone. Okay. Emblem rings. Select emblem rings to partner your allies with emblems. Once partnered, an ally can sync with an emblem in battle. To pair an ally and an emblem, select an ally followed by an emblem ring. Okay, so current time with Marth. Presumably we should get someone to be with the other one. Forget what his name is. Sigurd, that guy. Okay, not sure who he necessarily would be good for, so let's just click on Vander just so we can see what does Sigurd do. So he has Canter. Units can move 2 spaces after acting. So that's kind of just, that's what cavalry units like, well, not exactly, but it's similar to what cavalry units just can do in 3 houses, period. Gallop grants a move +5. Cavalry grants another move +2. Sheesh, that is incredible. That, especially if you put that on cavalry. Cavalry already has really good movements. Like, So, obviously he'd be better on cavalry. Used to attack and move through a line of adjacent foes. Sword, slash lance, only override. Okay. Rider's Bane. So that's more attack, less hit, well, compared. It's effective against cavalry, is the important thing. Alabaster Duty. If unit is adjacent to the Divine Dragon, grant crit +5 during combat to both of them. So presumably then, he's best served not with me, because if he is with me, then I am not, like, you know, going to be benefiting. So we have 2 cavalry units, I believe. Isn't Alfred cavalry? Yeah. Now, Vander, it seems to me, is in all likelihood probably the standard sort of really good early game unit that probably doesn't get, that probably falls off in the late game. So if we're going to be, like, investing in anyone, it probably makes more sense to invest in Alfred than Vander, I would say. So let's give Alfred the Sigurd ring.
Sigurd,
We go together.
Okay. Inventory, I don't think there's much to look at right now, but you can choose the weapons and items, organize your allies' equipment using manage items. Units can trade items with the convoy or other allies to automatically outfit your allies from the convoy. Select optimize equipment. Quickly return a given ally's held items to the convoy with store all. So, yeah, I mean, I don't even really think we have much in the way of, like, extra weapons to give people, because that would be, like, the main thing to look into. So let's just look at these manage items. Yeah, it looks like literally nothing is in the convoy at the moment, so, again, don't really need to worry about this right now. We could swap spaces, might look at that, reference, we can check on supports and stuff, but... oh, are there supports available? You can have bond and support conversations at the Somniel and on the world map. Okay, we'll have to look into that later. For now, though, I think, yeah, let's consider whether or not we want to swap spaces. Use swap spaces to switch allies' positions before starting the battle. Select the ally you want to move. Yeah, okay. Use this time to check the train. Okay. So, we've got an axe, a lance, an axe. We do have a flying unit up north, so we probably want an archer over there. Though we're probably going to want to get here about as quickly as plausible. Although we can't cross this bridge easily, because I don't even think we have flyers, so can't cross it at all. So we'd have to cross this bridge if we're going this way around. Honestly, I feel like the northern path might be faster, but it's tough to say one way or the other. So if we want to position ourselves for going north, we'll probably want to open with like an axe sort of deal. Like Alear is forced to be there. Yeah, honestly, all this looks fine. Let's get to it. Oh.
Alfred!
Hey, Selene. How are you?
Saline? What are you doing
Sailing.
here? I thought you were with Mother.
I was, but Alfred, the Elusian army is marching on the castle.
Oh.
What? What?
I cannot say. Before they arrived, Mother sent me to warn you. But then we were ambushed on our way to Flora Port. Louis and Chloe stayed behind so that I might have a chance to escape. Please, we must hurry back to them.
Absolutely.
Pardon me, Princess Saline, but do you have the emblem ring?
Yes, Mother gave it to me. Why do you... Goodness gracious! The Divine Dragon? You're here! You're awake!
Yeah. Look, no time to be starstruck, alright? We've got, like, dudes to kill.
I am.
May I say, it is truly an honor. The emblem ring is right here. Please, Divine One, it is yours.
The words. They're coming to me. Care for us, Emblem of Echoes.
Alright.
I am Emblem Celica. I detest violence, but I will always fight to defend the innocent.
Well, unfortunately for you, you know, you're in a Fire Emblem game, so we're gonna have a lot of violence. Hopefully for defending the innocent, but we'll see.
Thank you for answering my call.
So, this is the emblem that was in Firene's ring.
Emblem Celica! How marvelous! Divine One, with your blessing, and hers of course, I would like to fight by Celica's side.
Sure thing.
I must protect the people of this village and ensure Louis and Chloe's safety.
I entrust this ring to you, Celine.
Celine, Louis, and Chloe joined your group.
I won't be able to get very far with these archers everywhere.
Uh-huh.
How about this? I take care of the archers and you deal with the magic users.
Good idea. While their spells will go right through your armor, I'm resistant to magic.
Alright, good to know. Thanks, guys.
So leave the mages to me. It's not so bad protecting each other, now is it?
Indeed. This is a nice change of pace.
Okay, defeat Rodney. And obviously we're defeated if Alear is defeated. Okay. Oh. Spirits of the Fallen. If you head into battle while connected to the network, spirits representing other players' past battles may appear on the map. Yellow spirits appear where many allied units have fallen. Earn XP and bond XP by waiting in these spaces. Purple spirits appear where many foes have fallen. Wait in these spaces to pick up the items they left behind. Alright, what is the deal with this? Why is this, like, glowing? I'm not sure, honestly. Like, oh, okay. I guess we'll find out.
Look at that house. The gate is wide open. We'd better warn them to lock up so the corrupted don't get in.
Visiting. If you visit houses to warn them of danger, you may receive items or gold as a reward. To visit, move an ally to the lit space in front of a house and select Visit. Watch out! Foes may try to reach houses before you and destroy them. So I recall this mechanic from actually the original Fire Emblem. Okay. Okay, so we got an archer here. Obviously, we want to kill you if possible.
Your orders, please.
I don't suppose I have a ranged attack. I do not. Would have been nice, because then I could attack from the fort, but whatever. Now, the concerning thing is if I just go in and charge the archer. Right, I'm a lance unit, so then these guys are axes. They're strong against me, so that seems bad. I guess we, like, this is probably pretty safe. Let's just make sure we stay out of archer range. Okay, so that's where the archer range is. Sounds like we need to be super heavily concerned with anyone else. So we can just have you at, well, hold on. How far can you move? 3? Okay. We'll actually attack from here on this side in case we need to, like, bring the other guy in, Louis, in for an attack as well. I'll always do the Slim Lance. Hey, don't hit me.
A right and proper end.
Okay. So from here, okay, we can't attack from there. So I think actually going to the fort is kind of a bad idea. I think what we do is we'll actually just kind of have Louis walk up, visit these guys this turn. And let the archer come to him.
Thank you for warning me. Here, use this to bring peace to our land.
Oh, 2,000 gold. Thanks. Okay. Alright, that ought to handle those guys. So obviously we want to reunite with them pretty quickly. I think we take the northern path. I think that's the best idea. Well, we do want to lock up this house, is the thing. So there's that. I don't know. We can split up, of course. That's always an option. What? So you got magic. We could...
Emblem Celica, it is an honor. So it was your voice I heard on the way from the castle. I am glad you're here with me.
I feel the same, Saline. I will fight by your side from now on. Together, we will protect that which you hold dear.
Thank you.
Emblem Celica. Emblem Celica wields powerful magic attacks. She is a valuable asset against corrupted foes. The Sync skill, Holy Stance, reflects some of the damage received from corrupted foes against the attacker. The Engage weapon, Seraphim, deals bonus damage to corrupted foes. Isn't that like everyone we fight? At least for now. The Engage skill, Echo, allows a unit to initiate combat twice using a tome at a cost of 50% damage. I'm trying to run this through in my head. Why would I want to attack twice at half damage as opposed to once at full damage? Like, that seems like a wash. I'm sure there's something I'm not thinking about that makes it worthwhile, but... Oh, wait a minute. I guess you could use it to, like, finish off two separate enemies. Okay. The Engage attack, Warp Ragnarok, teleports the user to a space near a distant enemy and attacks with powerful magic. Okay.
With Celica's help, I ought to be able to reach Chloe and Louis more quickly.
But do we want you over there immediately? I mean, they could probably use the backup. I think they're fine for now.
What's next?
And we might as well do, like, some magic, right? Although, it seems like... Okay, let's see. What would
Gotcha.
Etier be able to do? Not bad. 10 damage, okay. And
You
Alfred
anything.
with Sigurd. If you're to attack, it's 10 damage. Because we don't want to leave ourselves in too vulnerable a position, do we? If we want to avoid being in a position, we can always engage. That will probably help.
Emblem Engage.
Okay, well, we've done that now, so, this deals 13 damage now. I was honestly hoping for a bigger boost than that. And what if you were to engage? Oh, you can actually kind of, like, almost completely just finish off this, That's close. I bet an engage would give you the extra little bit you need. Especially if you take Seraphim. Okay, and, well, we don't really want to do half damage, do we? I think this makes sense, though. And then we'll figure out what to do with the other one.
Allow your soul the rest it deserves.
Okay, so obviously you're attacking her now. Let's try to... well, can't really avoid, can we? But...
As your steward.
I don't suppose... Yeah, you can't actually reach... Let us have Etier. Yeah, Yeah, I suppose this seems fine to me. And I don't necessarily want to blow all of the engages, like, this early in the fight, but I think taking decisive action would be of value right now, so... So let's look at the attack. So if we engage here, we could switch to Rider's Bane. Is there any way we can, like... So if you're engaged, right? Okay, yeah. Let's do that. Now from here, how do I check to see if I wanted to do, like, the other thing? Override, okay. So an override would deal 13 damage still. That's, I guess it's okay. I guess I'd rather just do a normal attack with, like, Rider's Bane, because why not? It's more effective, isn't it? Yeah. I guess it's technically less hit chance, but should be fine, hopefully. Okay. I think staying here should be fine. Wait. Okay. And we really don't have any further way to attack. Like... So, knowing that, let's work out this guy. So, you can come here and just kind of... Well, who are we... Okay, it's probably fine to get attacked by that guy. So, yeah. Let's not position ourselves to where he can just go in the fort to attack. That doesn't seem great. Alright, let's just go with this. That breaks his guard. Perfect. Alright. And we'll see if Alear can come on down and finish him off. That's not quite finishing off, is it? Can anyone else do anything of note? We can get Clan down to do some magic. That seems like a decent idea. Nope, that's not where I wanted you. This is where I want you. And we can have Alear finish him off. Alright, Alear, come on down. Nice little attack.
I won't forget you.
I mean, you're probably not going to attack Alear, because she'd get a break on you. Where do you want Boucheron and Fram? I think it probably makes sense to get Boucheron over here. Visit the house.
What's that? Monsters here? Gosh, all. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah,
Take
not a
this.
problem.
Might come in useful.
A javelin. Basically the wrong guy to give it to, but thanks. Yes, you can be here, Fram. I don't think there's really a point to chain guard at the moment, so we won't. Okay. That went pretty well. Oh, you missed. Okay. I'll be honest, that's concerning, but I think she should be out of range of the other one at least. Okay. Things are getting a bit dicey over on that front. But we'll be fine, hopefully.
These houses are ripe for the picking. Time for a good old-fashioned village pillage.
Do you not?
crystal. It's glowing.
Where did you get that?
It was in the ring vault. Vander found it after the battle at Lethos Castle. Why? Do you know what this is?
A draconic time crystal. An artifact capable of reversing time itself.
Nice.
There is a limit to its power, but still, it could give us a keen advantage.
Time crystal, huh? So it's not just a pretty piece of jewelry.
Since we have it, I suggest we put it to use. Give it a try.
But I was satisfied with my turn. You can use the Draconic Time Crystal to rewind and retry actions you take in battle. Select Time Crystal from the menu and use up and down to select how far back you would like to go and confirm with A. Okay, let's see. So things are looking a bit dicey back here. We don't really need to know where you're going. We would like to know where you can attack. Because you're in trouble. Potentially. Let's figure out where we stand. You're in trouble as well. So, okay, and you guys can't really do anything. I mean, obviously we could have this guy. Let's see, how powerful is your axe here? Can you... 10 damage really isn't that much. You can almost certainly finish this guy off, though, I'd imagine. Great. Okay. You can almost certainly... You can kill this guy. Great. So that's 2 down. That leaves the both of these two to be able to deal with the archer. And there's no one really who can back up the archer, which is good. So, like, if you were here, how much damage are we talking? Like, that's... With a Rider's Bane, that is 15 damage, leaves you at 8 health. Is that enough to then get finished off by Etier? We can't really tell as long as you're alive, so let's just start by killing you then. No, I'm not looking to warp.
To fight for peace. Hold on, you two. I am on my way.
No, you're not. No, you're not. We're just doing a normal attack. I wonder, can I, how do I do the, like, split attack thing? Echo. Attack 2 separate times. So, like, if, for example, I'm here, right? Can I echo then? Okay. Here's what we're doing. We'll start with Alfred and Sigurd. Come on over here. And honestly, we probably don't even necessarily need to use Rider's Bane, I'd imagine. We can probably attack... Well, we'll go with the Rider's Bane. It's a slightly worse odds, but I mean, we're gonna hit. Yeah. 87% is basically 100%, right? Okay, so you can just kind of hang in the fort, honestly. That's fine by me. Now what we do is we take...
Power blooms in me.
This character. It's not Celine, it's Saline. And we echo. We use the Seraphim. We go half and half. Let's start with... Well, I guess they can both do counterattacks. Let's start with this guy, because we don't really have an alternate way to deal with him. Oh, jeez. He actually got to counterattack. How dare you?
I want to help you.
Okay. Now if we echo... Over here... This says 15 damage. If that's split between 2... attacks, then I'm gonna die. Might have done this in the wrong order, honestly. so... And let's see how it goes, I guess. If it's just straight out a 15 damage attack, then we're fine. Which it was.
Allow your soul the rest it deserves.
I need to get used to the UI where it's like, this is 2 attacks, this is 1 attack, that sort of thing. Oh, Bonifax, magic +3. Awesome. Okay, great. And now you can deal with this guy. Looks good to me.
I did it!
Alright, good job, Boucheron. Okay, now as for everyone else... Okay. Honestly, I don't think dealing with the archer is worth our time yet. I think we'd be better served. Can we attack this guy? We can. Here's a question. What's this guy's range? Okay, it's tough to judge Okay. Well, okay, honestly, you're not going to be all that effective against anyone, really. Because you're a sword. So, I think what we do here... Louis, you can come on over. I wonder... Yeah, we don't have the javelin for you, unfortunately. So we come over here for you. And we'll just attack you, yeah. This guy can't even do damage to you.
Observe your ruin.
Oh, critical hit! There we go! Works for me! Okay, great. Now we just gotta keep Chloe out of the archer's range, which is pretty easy. And we'll just kill this mage. Bond fragments. Yay. Okay. So that's those two in still pretty good spots. Honestly, I'm not really sure who could necessarily stand much of a chance again. Oh, you might. We might want to be ready on the warp next turn, honestly. Who has... Well, I guess vulneraries are healing. You gotta stay, right? Anyways, I think it makes a decent amount of sense. We put Alear right here. Honestly, I mean, you might as well engage, right? Because the rapier is just like custom built for this.
Lend me your strength.
Okay. There we go. Oh, double attack. A hand axe has been obtained. Hooray. Okay, now you'll be attacking. I'm assuming you're not going to do that much, honestly. Now, if I were to move Fram, is it... And what's your movement? Is it like 4 spaces? Is your like... Yeah, 4. So if you're here... You can't actually get to Saline to heal her anyway? If we're planning on having her warp next turn? And we might not even do that. That being said, I do kind of feel like this bottom crew is just in general in more need of healing, so we might send Fram with them. I mean, these guys are about to get into probably more combat, so I don't know. Like, for now... We'll bring Etier over, and you can use a vulnerary, since you got a free turn. I guess, Fram, what we can have you do is we can have you chain guard for Alear. That would make some amount of sense. We'll have clan around too. Okay, still unconcerned by the archer. And actually now the archer's put himself in a more vulnerable position, which I am fully in support of. Okay. Thanks for the chain guard there, Frem. Now this I'm... Okay, I was gonna say I'm slightly concerned by. Not much, actually, as it turns out. And that was actually even with advantage, wasn't it? Because Axe is good against Lance, if I remember correctly. Okay. So this is clearly the diciest situation we're facing right now.
I'm getting hungry.
Hungry? What? What are you talking about? But, I mean, Louis is doing really good at just kind of tanking those hits. Like, we could just... And honestly, here's my thought process. It's probably better to attack the archer this turn for a couple reasons. Firstly, that puts us further away from these guys, so we have more time and ability to potentially delay a confrontation with them. Additionally, if we attack... Because here's what's going to happen. If we attack the cavalry next turn, he attacks us on the next turn, so we get 2 attacks, he gets 2 attacks, right? Because we need 2 attacks to take him down if we don't get a crit, which we probably won't. However, if we do something else and we let him attack first, he gets an attack, we get a counterattack, then the next turn we get an attack and he'll be dead, so he won't get a counterattack. Therefore, it reduces the total number of attacks required. So I think it makes sense to go for the archer right now. Okay. Now, as for Chloe, I think there's an argument to be made. You fly into the river here and just kind of harass them with a javelin. I think that makes sense. Just get just a little bit of extra damage in there from a safe distance. Okay. But honestly, though, Louis might be in serious trouble next turn, so we've got to do something about that. So, I think if there ever was a time to do the Ragnarok, it'd probably be about now. The issue, though, is I'm concerned. Like, you don't have a lot of health, Celine. So if you Ragnarok over there, you might die yourself, is the problem. If we were to warp Ragnarok, I mean, we could warp to, like, the fort or something. I mean, that might help. I'd just be concerned about this guy doing a lot of damage. I mean, he's got 18 physical attack. Celine has, what, 5 defense? And he wasn't doing much against Louis, but Louis has 16 defense? So, yeah. So, I think he's actually literally doing 2 damage to Louis. So if we assume then that it's a function of attack minus defense, which might not be the case, but it should at least give us a ballpark, then we would expect him to do, what? 18 minus 5, 13 damage to Celine. Celine has 9 health, although if she was on the fort, it'd give more avoid and healing, and make her unbreakable. Oh, that's interesting. Although healing, I think, kicks in at the start of our next turn, not the end of our turn. And the avoid would help, potentially, but I don't like relying on avoid too much. We could warp... Is there any way we could warp Ragnarok to, like, a safe area? Doesn't seem like it. I guess the alternative idea would be... So the archer has physical attack 15. Either way, I'm just not really liking it. Which I guess is reason enough to not go for it. I'm just worried, though, that we might be in a bit of a bind next turn if we don't do anything. So,
Fight for peace.
I guess, well, you've got really good moves, so we can take Alfred and Sigurd over here and do something. And maybe we could attack with a Rider's Bane. Although you're looking at 8 damage on the counterattack. If both of them counterattack, then we're talking, we're down to 12, we're dead. What we can do is we can just go over and not attack. Like maybe just chill right here. If we're standing here, then we can only get attacked by 1 unless we kill the one that attacks us. And then Alfred is here, around here, to be able to help and reinforce next turn, potentially. So we could just be here, and we could even use this as an opportunity to vulnerary. I know we're wasting a bit of the healing potential of it, but, you know, you do what you can. Okay. I'm kind of torn as to what to do with the rest of these guys, because they're not really in a position to actually get there in any reasonable amount of time. What we can do, though, obviously, I think we're going to have Clan attack this guy with magic, because, of course.
We'll win this battle.
Oh, nice critical hits.
Sort of like that, maybe?
Okay. I guess from here it makes decent amount of sense to have Alear just take this guy out with the old rapier.
Cannot afford to lose.
Oh, level 6 spawned. Sword Agility 2 grants avoid plus 15 at a cost of minus 10 crit when using a sword. Yeah, honestly, just letting you kind of come in and take a hit, remove a potential attacker, that actually seems like a pretty decent idea. You got this, Vander. And we'll have Fram just kind of take a rest in the fort for a turn to get her health back to full so she can chain guard again, if she wants. Okay, hold on. Now that we have a blockade at the bridge... Ah, drat. If only it was like 1 space closer. Oh well, it'll be fine. Guys, just kind of work your way over. Well, yeah, okay, just work your way over. So you can be here. And we'll use the vulnerary.
Whatever you say.
Man, I need to get used to this low amount of mobility. When I was playing Three Houses, my team was like basically all either cavalry or like high-level flying units. So like, I'm used to being able to move like 10 spaces or whatever in a turn. Not that much, like 8. So, and then what's really fun though, when you got cavalry in Three Houses, is you do basically like Mongol attacks. Especially if you have cavalry archers, where you like go in, take a shot, and then gallop out to like out of range. Real fun.
We're losing ground, are we? Well, that's easily remedied. Release the corrupted.
I thought we already released the corrupted. Reinforcements. Enemies sometimes call in reinforcements during battle. Reinforcements often arrive from forts or the edges of the map, so be on your guard.